Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It's been a few weeks since we had a video up. Since I'm making this, I have some in the hole. I haven't gone through editing them, so hopefully those are out before you see this. Today, I'm working on my little daily TJ. It's kind of funny because I'm taller than it right now, but we had some noise coming out of the driver front after I went ahead and changed all the brakes, and it sounded like a wheel bearing, unit bearing, hub assembly, as many people call it. So I'm going to go ahead and take a quick video of me swapping it out. And that way, if any of you guys end up with a TJ and need help, there's thousands of these videos out there, I'm assuming. I watched one just to double check, but, you know, here you go. Trying to do this with one hand. All right. All right, there we go. Little hammer-on wrench method there. Got these to break loose. Now I do like, although it's probably not good for like how tough something is or how long it lasts, I love that the bracket is actually attached to the knuckle and that it's out of the way. So all I have to do is remove these smaller bolts to go and get the brake situation out of the way, versus like my Dana 60s, I have to remove the whole bracket separate from the knuckle, which probably has its purposes and like replaceability and crap like that. But it also is a lot bigger bolts that I'm trying to get like 200 foot-pounds when I'm trying to retorque them back. So it's actually a bit of a headache. So even though this is a crappy little like Dana 30, I like it. Just so you're aware, these rock in. So they have like, you see how it's got like a flat side and this one's got a tooth? So this one, you hook the upper end and you swing the bottom in. This is the driver front. My passenger front was the opposite. That like toothing area here was on the bottom. So you clipped it on the bottom and then swung it in. So just a little tidbit for the old headache. And then after that, your rotor will come right off. I'm going to do it with two hands so I don't get any grease on the actual brake section of this thing, and then we'll go from there. All right, next is getting this cotter pin all bent back so that way you can drag it through. So there's a little wave washer that comes off with this. This thing's pretty rusty. I don't think this has been off. 36, little impact. Look at how crusty I'm going to have to go ahead and get these bolts off. But it's still all good. This isn't really, as far as mechanical goes, if you can run a wrench and stuff like that, your confidence will feel like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's pretty dang easy, you guys. So if you haven't done this before, don't feel scared. Like this is not a big deal. If I was just moving and not recording, I think I could get this done like actual work time, like 30 minutes. All right, the nut's off and they have this little washer. I think it's supposed to be something like 225 foot-pounds, but even the Harbor Freight like took really quick care of it. And then all we got to do is we have these 3 12-point, which is just like if you have a Dana 44 unit bearing style. And then we'll just tap this off. The thing, if these get stuck and you're not knowing what to do, is you take your caliper, and normally this flat part is back and this hub's facing out. You reverse it, and then you can slide hammer it off to go ahead and get it off of there. But oftentimes these things should just kind of fall out unless there's like a little mating surface, this mating surface right here, that if it's kind of gotten some corrosion in there, it might stick to it. These were 13 mils. These ones may vary. I think they're supposed to be 13 mils, which it is on my passenger side. It's an old car, it's a 99, so somebody changed bolts. So this was a 12 mil for me. So let's go ahead and take this off and swap the new one on. It's pretty much that simple, guys. This is probably seized on a little bit. So a couple little this, little that. All right, it didn't come loose easy and I don't want to beat the snot out of it too much. So this is what I'm talking about. This will be able to slide on this and then I'll slide hammer it out. See how it goes. We're to the, I'm not asking anymore, I'm telling. And it always seems that direct metal to metal Works better than like a rubber mallet for transferring the force. And it seems to be working, y'all. It's winning, baby. Look at that. So we're off. And there we go. If you ever wonder why yours is probably squeaking at times, and this one doesn't sound too bad right now, but I can feel the drag in it, like gummed up. When you're around cars enough and they say, oh, you can feel it, it annoys me. But like, it feels thicker, like I was pushing through thicker mud than if I'm over here, right? Like, this thing is like, well, it's tight as a mug. But I can tell this has been a minute. This one's uber tight. We'll see, this is a Moog. It's been a while since I've used anything Moog or anything like that because, look, I mean, everything I've been doing has been like performance-based, off-road community-based stuff on here and on my JK. But people make fun of their ball joints and crap like that. I think it's a decent, at least it used to be the good brand that you get through like an AutoZone. I just went through Amazon. But let's go ahead and throw that on there. There's a bunch of holes. You can tell which ones are the right ones for the dust shield. They're the elongated ones versus these are perfectly round. So you just set it up so that this open space right here is where your brake caliper goes in and it won't rub on this. Mine has enough crust marks on it. You can tell exactly where it goes, but let's go ahead and throw this on. It's just slid into place. I'm going to go get some blue Loctite to throw on these. I think they're 75 foot-pounds. So what I saw online, look it up yourself. 75 sounds right to me. And then I'm going to go ahead and look this up, but I'll double check all this. This washer goes back on here. Boom. Then this goes on here. But this typically you'll put like a red Loctite on to ensure. I think I'm just going to use blue. It's on the street. It ain't no big deal. Plus it's got a retainer cap and stuff, so it's not supposed to just come flying out of there. All right, you guys, here's my setup when I torque these axle nuts. These, Google did say these go at 75. Google told me this is at 175, so that's what I went with. Double check your specs with like an actual manual. I go Google, right? Especially for something like this. So I just throw the lug nuts on the threads, put a long bar so it wedges against the ground. And so when I'm pulling against it, it's actually leveraging these studs without damaging the threads to hold it in place. That way I don't have to deal with like spinning and crap like that if you haven't done this before. But now all it is throwing that back on, bolting that on. So you guys, this is pretty wrapped up. Well, I got my replacement cotter pin. I got a bunch of these at Harbor Freight in their little give package thing, their little bulk. Get some of these. Otherwise you end up using crap or having to run to the auto parts store, which is half the annoyance. And there's a little spring that pushes it back out. I'm just trying to, you got to keep spinning this until you find it to line up with the hole. So I'm going to go ahead and shove this through, dog it out, and then we'll just put the wheel on. I think these were like 23 or something like that foot-pounds. I don't know. Look at that. Well, there you go. It's a pretty simple process. Going ahead and getting that back on. If you forget your tools, getting up and down's lame if you're getting a little gray like me. But as far as the task goes, this is definitely one I'd say pretty much anybody can do in their garage with some basic hand tools. Having an impact helps for sure. But a little bit of patience, a little bit of time. Hope you guys enjoyed. If this helped, leave a comment. If you're interested in more content on a TJ, let me know. I now have one. As far as building it, that'll probably eventually happen, let's be honest, guys. But right now, it's just my little scoot about in town to get me back to work. All right, you guys be safe out on the trails.